Welcome to the second tutorial for Cygnet clients explaining how they can enter lambing records online. And to do this, you need to both set up the sires you've used during the season and then enter the lambing records. So I'm actually logged on as administrator, so you might see a few more menus and buttons than you will as a normal client. But the section you need to use is the data section. So in my data section, I have both the sheep and the beef records side by side. You'll just see the sheep ones. And for this, we've got a lambing page and a breeding sires page. If I click on the lambing page, it takes me to the screen where we would enter the lambing information. And within that, the first thing I can see is that in the drop-down menu for sires, we don't have any sires populated. So we need to do that. Now, I can either do that by clicking on this button or by clicking on the breeding sires section. So I can put in any of the sires that might be of interest to me. You'll see the whole range from the database there, both live and dead, because sometimes you want to use semen from dead sires. And we can now add these to our list. So I'll pick a couple of rams that are of interest and move those across. Lovely. So we can save the list, and once we've done that successfully, we can then go back to the lambing form, and you'll see them appearing here in the drop-down menu. And it tells you the animal, it tells you its date of birth, so you can check you've got the right one. Within the genetic dams, you will only see live ewes that are actually existing within the flock. So it tells you a little bit about those. And let's find one that hasn't lambed. And it tells you when they last lambed, and so that you can actually see which ones are still due to lamb within the flock. For date of birth, it's going to probably default to today's date, so we need to set that right and actually put in the correct date of birth. This one's the 1st of January, and for the purposes of this, we'll put in 2 live lambs and 1 dead one. If you have artificial insemination, then you need to record the service date. The database will predict it from date of birth, but you need to put in the actual service dates. That might be important if we're interested in gestation length in the future. And if you've got embryo transfer, again, similar principle, we want to know when that took place, but also we want details of recipient dam. So again, this is a menu that you can populate with details of ewes in the flock, but it does show that if you've got new recipients, then you need to send those to us in advance. We'll get those all set up for you so you're ready to go if they're ewes that we don't already know about. So I'll go back to natural service, I'll click submit, and then you've got a screen in which to put the individual lamb information. Okay, so this is going to be lamb number 345, live lamb, and having clicked that, you'll see it automatically creates the flock book number and the UK ministry number. I can put in the sex, I can put in the birth weight in kilograms if I know it. Lambing ease score, if that's been observed, I can put that in. If it's not observed, well then I leave it as unobserved. And if there's fostering details, either artificially fostered or fostered onto a known recipient, then I can click yes. And again, I can put in the foster ewe details should I choose to do that. We've also got a notes section, so I can put in something of interest there. Fantastic lamb, one to watch, and it will actually save those notes for me. Now, unfortunately, the second lamb was dead. I can put in any number here that I wish to, and it will create a unique flock book number record. So as long as I don't put in the same number twice in the same season, it doesn't matter, but I have to put an ID in so that I can trace those back. The default will be a castrate, but if I know that it was male or female, I can put that in. Again, birth weight, lambing ease, dead at birth, I can put those details in. And in fact, you can actually record a fate code. So if that was a lambing problem, I can record that. So the only other bit that it will ask for will be a date of death. So that was on the day it was born. We put that in, and we can then create the record for those 2 lambs. So those records have been created. and it takes you back to the next page to put in the next ewe's details. If you want to check your records, you can actually click on the Grassroots export file, and we can select between two specific dates. Let's move this up into December, so I just capture those born between December and April, all the animals, not just I want the lives and the deads. I can click on this, and although it's Grassroots birth notification for those that want to send details through to Grassroots, actually it's very useful for all of us, and from that I can click and create an Excel file. There's my live lamb, there's my dead lamb, and there's the information for me to look at in Excel if I wish to. So it's good that I can go through, check dates of birth, sire and dam details are provided within that. It's got the internal number, but that's the number that you'll be interested in, the sire and dam flock book numbers. And it's as simple as that. So that's the main information that you'll need when it actually comes to entering lambing information. You can click for more instructions here and here if you wish to see them. So that's how to enter lambing data. If you have any further questions, then just drop us an email.